What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Tales of Arise. Last time, we made our way through the Sandinus Ravine, all the way from the mine tunnels, and kind of got to learn a little bit more about this game, the mechanics and some other things, and campfires, yeah, specifically camps, and I can't show this on the screen, I don't know, well, close enough. You can see it over there on the left side, camping point. With that being said, though, it is now time for us to continue our adventure inside of these gates. So, let's get started. Welcome, everyone, to Ulzebek.
Okay, people, this is it. Ulzebek.
No sign of any Renan guardsmen.
The Renans aren't as populous as the Danans. Probably figure stationing guards in a place like this would be a waste of precious manpower.
So this is where the next safe house is?
Yes. The last place they'd think to look for enemies is on their own doorstep.
That is, assuming anyone actually made it here before us.
Zephyr!
Looks like we needn't have worried. Come on.
Alright, so let's head into the Crimson Crow's hideout. I think there are some folks over here that we can talk to. These chickens had just laid their eggs. And those dang bright eyes, they took every last egg. They couldn't spare a single one. How sad. I'm probably not going to talk to every NPC and get every piece of dialogue there is in this game. There's just way too many people to talk to. And so, I mean, I will when I can, but other times I'll probably just avoid doing so. For now, let's just head up here.
Zephyr, you made it! See? I told you there's no way Zephyr would have kicked the bucket.
Fine, you were right. So, what's the plan?
Well, we've got an ace up our sleeve and the enemy's in disarray. I say we strike while the iron's hot.
So we're finally going head-to-head with Balsef.
That's right. We can't afford to mess this up. It's now or never.
Then now it is! We've all been waiting for this day for far too long!
Leave the plan to me. In the meantime... Yeah, you two need to do something about your outfits.
I have just the thing for your size. Stay right there, okay? Ta-da! I told you, it fits like a dream. I'm afraid we don't have any Renan clothing. I could find you some Danan outfits. But something tells me you'd rather pass.
Is this really that important?
In case you need reminding, I'm here because our interests overlapped. Nothing more. At no point did I say I've given up being a Renan. Now, let's play nice. How about you ask Nate and see what he says? He's our one-stop shop for info around here. With any luck, he might just know something.
Alright, we got the Ocean Blue Battle Garb. Ocean Blue clothing received from Tilza that was made by stitching together pieces of cloth that the Crimson Crows collected. And Zephyr has also left our party.
Try to be careful not to stand out too much. You're the only Renan around here, you know.
I know. I was just thinking about how communal it feels here, even though it's only supposed to be slave quarters.
Huh? Oh, yeah. When you put it like that, I guess it is different from heavily patrolled Mosgul. Were you expecting something more depressing?
It's likely a sign that Balsef doesn't think you guys can do anything to him.
What?
I mean, if Balsef thought the Crimson Crows actually posed a threat to him, you'd figure he'd be trying harder to suppress them.
You... No. You're probably right about that. All of the other Danans that aren't with the Crimson Crows accept the Renan's rule as simply a fact of life. From the day we're born, no, probably even before that, it's been drilled into us that the only purpose our lives have is to help select the next sovereign.
If they don't like the status quo, then they should fight it. Otherwise, they're endorsing it either way.
I see it differently, but that's just me. Speaking of Renans, do all of them think about things the way you do?
I won't deny that among my fellow Renans, power and status are everything. However, that isn't what this is about for me. I have something I need to do, and I'll do whatever it takes, and use whoever and whatever I need in order to get the job done. To hell with power.
Well, alright then. I'm sure we could talk to Nate. Well, Nate's not here. This is Grenar, who we've seen but never heard his name. Are we really going to bet it all on Iron Mask and his Renan lady friend? I'm not sure I like our odds. Well, if Zephyr says they're good, it must be true. We have to trust them. Okay, what do you have to say? Nate's still talking to the others. You'll find him outside. You should go say hi to him. And what about Zephyr? What do you have to say? The other members and I are going to devise our plan of attack. I have to let them know that I intend to make you guys the centerpiece of the whole operation. Oh, sweet. So we're the ones that are being thrown in. I'm kidding. And female Crimson Crow members, you're not the only new. You're not only new here. You don't remember much at all, right? Well, if you got any questions, lay them out, and I'll see what I can tell you. We have lots of questions to ask. So, what's your group's goal? Ideally, we'd like to drive out the Renans, but as I'm sure you know, they've got us more than a little outgunned. For now, we'll most likely waiting for a chance to strike as we sabotage what we can, gather intel, and help other slaves along the way. Although apparently our big chance is right around the corner, if Zephyr and the rest are to be believed. Anything else you want to ask about? How do the Renans fight? The Bright Eyes wear those huge armored suits and fight using astral arts and sicking their Zeugles on people. You're dead meat if you try to take them head on, so we have to fight using greater numbers and by taking advantage of the terrain. Most of us aren't like Zephyr. We can't take them on alone one-on-one like him, unfortunately. That's why we're so glad to have you two on board with us. We could use all the help we can get. Anything else you want to ask about? What are you guys doing in Ulzebek? Ulzebek is one of the enclaves where Danan slaves live. It's mostly responsible for producing food. The Bright Eyes don't have any outposts here and hardly come through on patrol, which is what made us decide to set up shop here. In exchange for agreeing to keep quiet about our whole presence, we give our supplies to the residents and help them with their needs. Also, doesn't hurt that nobody's a fan of the Bright Eyes either, though. Well, what can you tell me about the Renans? The big planet in the sky is their homeworld, Rena, with the smaller object is Lennigus, their stronghold, and where the Bright Eyes come from. Oh, and about the name, we call them Bright Eyes because their eyes light up whenever they use astral arts. Pretty simple, right? Likewise, they'd love to call us embedded, since we're all embedded with the Spirit Core as soon as we're born. But when someone joins the Crimson Crows, they dig theirs out. It's our way of showing we're not slaves to anybody any longer. The big shot Renan's in charge, the Lords, they wear different outfits from the rest. They're made of weird fabric and stick out like a sore thumb. Anything else you want to ask about? Let's talk about Zeugles. Zeugles are the monsters you see tagging along with Bright Eyes. I couldn't tell you how many different kinds there are, but I do know that they're all nasty and really dangerous. There are also feral ones out there wandering around outside. Most of those escape from their keepers. We call those strays. Alright, good to know. And what are astral arts? They're what the Bright Eyes use to the... what refer to the powers that they use. Jeez. They're basically like a kind of magic. Janins can't use astral arts for themselves, which make Renans much of a pain to deal with as their Zeugle pets. Excuse me. Alright, I'm good, thanks. And we also know that's what Shionne uses to kind of heal us up. But I want to go up this ladder because you could probably hear out here if I look around long enough. Yep, there you go. You can hear him again. There is a Danon owl close by. And sure enough, right up here, here he is. Rabbit ears. And that's now 2 of the, I think...
I'm surprised there are owls here, too.
Yeah, there are more of them around than I thought.
Sorry, 2 of the 38. And I can almost jump all the way down. And there we go, sweet. I can jump all the way down. Checking around, making sure there's nothing we can't find out here. I can jump in the water and grab something out. An apple gel, sweet. And our main quest objective is right over here. So, let's talk to Nath.
Nath, we need your help.
Ah, damn. Never the manpower when you... Huh? Help, huh? What kind? Is it urgent?
Well, no, not exactly.
Well, in that case, would you mind helping me out with something first? The work's really piled up around here.
What is it you'd like us to do?
Anything you can manage. No one cares about us slaves. That's why it's all the more important that we stick together and take care of each other. Check in with that guy over there for details on what needs doing. And thanks in advance.
You see anybody around here who could use our help?
We can't chase after every little thing.
And that right there, my friends, is dialogue you'll get anytime somebody has this little mail envelope above their head. And you can also see it on the map as well. These, well, let's talk to him first and then we'll explain.
Hey.
Nath sent us. He heard you might be a little short-handed.
Yes!
You could say that. Didn't think he'd send over the Iron Mask himself, though. That's a bright eye with you. You sure we can really trust her? She's on our side. Zephyr can vouch for her. If Zephyr's good with her, then I guess we don't have a problem. Oh, what the hell? The name's Dryan. Dryan? I'm the one who runs this lodge. This is a lodge? We all already have our own beds. We don't sleep on straw and rock-hard dirt around here. The Crimson Crows have their fair share of folks who are either knocking on death's door or can't otherwise move around openly. That's where this place is here for, to give people a place to rest up properly before they head off to fight. Everybody needs their rest. If you don't rest, you can't hope to fight the Bright Eyes at your best.
I guess.
Makes sense. What do you want us to do then? I need you to help haul in some cargo. I have some friends who are on their way to collect it from our hideout in the Shionne mines. The mines? Is that really such a good idea after the Renans snuffed the place out? There are valuable items people risk their lives to gather. We need to get at least some of them back. They should be down by around the Sandinus Ravine at this point. Meet up with them and help them bring the supplies back to this lodge. Got it. You're welcome to use these facilities if you need to as well. I'll let you sleep here for free. This is a quest, supply procurement. This is a subquest. Talking to someone with a letter icon will start a subquest. Clearing these subquests will earn you rewards, and you can accept as many of them as you'd like. You can also check out each of their objectives from the activity records. Yes, so these are subquests, and they are usually optional. This one is the only one that is...
The Crimson Crows were so active.
You sound pretty thrilled by that.
Thrilled? Maybe. But I'll settle for hopeful. We know now that not everyone is rolling over for the Renans.
Alright, you can see above his head, this one is actually required, so I say mostly optional. You see the envelope opened, means that we've accepted the quest but haven't completed it. And on our map somewhere, we see the regular star there, but we should see a... No? Well, if I open our map, and nope, not quite, I hit Y, you can see the Sandinus Ravine, the little empty star there shows us where we need to go, and that is exactly where we need to be, right there. Meet the Crimson Crows at the Sandinus Ravine. We can kind of pull those up as we need to. Like I said, though, most of these are optional quests that can be completed alongside the main story. Though in our case, this introductory subquest, like I said, is required to progress, so we'll be taking it on right now, actually. So we might as well head on out, and I'll be talking about it while we do. As I typically do with most of these games, we'll be taking care of all the subquests as they kind of become available. And I'm going to take these guys out again. Why not? A little bit of extra XP can't hurt. Of course, we don't have Zephyr here, so he's been a big part of our damage dealing that, of course, we no longer have. Try to keep these guys off Shionne. She can't deal as much damage, and she'll take a lot of damage. Shionne, please don't die. There we go. Sweet. I'll be taking care of all the subquests in this game, and I'll kind of only be doing that as it kind of becomes commonsensical to do so. And by the way, every time you leave an area and come back, all the little fun little trinkets and items you can get respawn.
I don't think we can take it right now.
Except like if you looked over there, there was a little bag we picked up. It's no longer there. Those are like those little one-stop items that we can grab. But back to what I was saying about the quest. I'll be generally completing them as we accept them, and I'll only be accepting them as it seems kind of the most plausible and kind of required. I would say required, not really required. Some of them will be available sooner than I will accept them, and that may be due to a couple of reasons, as you guys are pretty much used to by now. Sometimes we're focused on the story, and I'd like to just come back and do it a little bit later, and other times we just can't complete a quest until much later on. So I'll only accept a quest if I plan on completing them right away. Though there may occasionally be exceptions. Typically it's just going to be, well, the most common exception is probably just going to be I made a mistake and grabbed the wrong side quest. But that's no worries. Typically you can also just turn them down and come back later. So if I ever catch myself, I should be able to take care of it. But anyway, we're here at our quest marker. Let's see what's going on here.
What? They're all dead? How did this happen?
Soldiers, that's how.
Are you Iron Mask?
Yeah, I am. Dairon sent me to help. Hang in there.
I'm so glad you made it. In the bushes over there. You'll...
Hang on. Shionne, do something!
It's no use. He's already dead.
Damn them! They've killed so many of us, and it's still not enough! They won't be satisfied until they've wiped us all out like pests!
He mentioned something about those bushes. We should check them.
Is this a cooking pot? But what is it doing here?
If I had to guess, he put it there to make sure a Renin wouldn't steal it.
So even though he knew he was dying, he chose to use the last of his strength to hide it, believing somebody would come for it. I guess you think it's stupid getting killed over a silly trinket, huh?
No. Clearly he risked his life for something he believed in. I would never mock someone for that. However, it will be up to us to figure out the purpose behind his dying act.
We'll make sure it wasn't in vain. If nothing else, this proves that the Renins can be outsmarted. We'll carry out your will and see it through to the end.
Then we'd better get going. We don't know when those soldiers might be back to make another sweep of the area.
So this is what it means to fight the Renins.
Sounds like you're kind of scared to me.
Of course I am. But if I'm gonna die one way or another, I'd rather go down fighting.
Alright, and I wanted to grab some of these ores here while I'm here, because it never hurts to, you know, get a little bit extra. Now, we could rest here, but I think I'll pass on that for now. And we'll just head right on back into town to make sure that we can get these back to Dairon and continue on with our quest. So let's head all the way inside. Hopefully these monsters are gone, and sure enough they are. Also, by the way, I think I meant to show off. Enter neighborhood. Okay, I actually don't think there's any way that we can do it quite yet. Okay, no. I'm checking something, but it's not currently available on the map, so we'll ignore that for now. Ignore me. I'm just being a bit silly. We'll just head back inside Ulzebek. No need to fight anything while we're outside. But let's turn these in to finish up this quest, and then we can speak with Nath once more. Dang, so nobody made it, huh? I'm sorry. If we'd arrived just a little sooner, we could have... Hey, these things happen. It hurts, but this is the world we live in. I'll take good care of what you brought back. It's the only way we can respect the sacrifice of those we've lost. Hey, when's Daddy coming home? Oh no, that's the guy's kid. Not yet, sweetie. Your dad's gone away for a while, and don't lie to me. He's dead, isn't he? I know whenever grown-ups look sad and say someone's gone, they always mean they're dead. Daddy always warned me that this might happen one day. He told me to stay strong and be brave. So I... This isn't right. Poor kids shouldn't have to be dragged into our own mess. Let's report back to Nath, and then get ready to fight. Alright, and quest complete. We get 800 gold and 200 SP. Sweet. And we've unlocked something. Emblem obtained. Iron Mask. Rebellious Spark. Counter Edge. After a perfect evade on a perfect guard, press right trigger to trigger an immediate counterattack. As you guys can see, I changed my attack button, so now I attack with the right trigger instead of the right bumper. These are titles. As you fulfill certain requirements for each of your characters, you'll earn titles for them, which unlock arts and skills that you can use, which you can then learn, making fights easier. You can view title unlock requirements from the skills panel. And the skills panel is what you see on your screen. You can spend SP skill points to learn arts and skills from unlocked titles, all of which grant special, powerful effects, making it worth your while to spend SP early and often. The skills panel can be accessed directly by pressing the right D-pad. If there's a skill you want to learn just don't have enough SP for it yet, highlight it with the skills panel with X and return. Doing so will turn on an alert that will notify you once you have enough SP to finally unlock it. This is something I wish I would have remembered in my original playthrough. Of course, I did not. So this is Iron Mask, a masked slave with neither memories nor name, yet somehow he knows the way of the sword. So we have already a max AG increase. We can increase our critical damage or get a new art, Sonic Thrust. We can also get Severing Wind, a new art, Stardust, another art, or a mid-air evasion, which allows you to dodge once in mid-air. And if you hover over the middle, once you've completed it, you get a bonus. So once we've completed Iron Mask here, we get a plus 10 attack bonus. And Rebellious Spark, we get plus 10 defense. Shionne also has SP that she can use. And this is Escape Artist. A run run from her own kind. She repels her pursuers with a rifle and in pursuit of her ultimate goal. So we can increase her attack, Gemini Aqua, or Burning Strike. I'm going to unlock this Gemini Aqua for her. And then I think for Iron Mask, let's do Sonic Thrust and nothing else. So let's set a notification for Severing Wind and max AG. And we'll, for Shionne, we'll just do Burning Strike. Why not? Alright, so we need to speak with Nath again, so let's head upstairs and
I wonder if something happened.
see what we can do.
You're back, huh? Sounds like it was a real ordeal out there. Much as I hate to admit it, there aren't many of us who can take on those Renin armored soldiers. All we can do is make sure we remember those who sacrificed their lives for the cause.
Yeah, they won't be forgotten.
Glad to hear it. Now, what was that favor you wanted to ask me?
Oh, right. Well, you see...
So then, you're wondering if I know of any places where you can find Renin equipment, huh? Anywhere with those damn bright eyes is gonna have tight security, of course. You can't just go carelessly poking around. Unless... Across the wilderness outside Ulzebek, you'll find the Fagin ruins. There's some kind of old Renin castle out there. What with it being impenetrable, I forgot. But with a Renin tagging along, who knows? Maybe you can find some way in. You ask me, though, it's a lot of trouble for some Renin rags. If I were you, I'd get comfortable with Danon garbs.
Those look like the ruins. Let's move.
Are we really going in there?
Yes, now let's move.
Alright, I guess we are. She's probably not going to get comfortable with that, but we have a skit to view.
Hey, Shionne, where does your gun come from?
What do you mean, where does it come from?
When you're fighting, it looks like it just appears out of nowhere.
Oh, that's transferal technology. When I don't need my weapon, I submerge it in empty space. And when I do, I summon it. Make sense?
Not really, but it sounds pretty amazing.
Huh?
Well, that way you don't have to carry around any heavy weapons or worry about enemies trying to steal them, right? It's a pretty cool invention.
You realize you're praising the technology of your enemies, right?
So, technology is technology. It's not good or bad in and of itself.
I guess that's true.
Alright, sweet. So, why don't we continue heading along? And, of course, you can see there is a sub-quest that we can collect there, but I want to save that for a bit later. Instead, I want to head right on over here up to the gate. And what do you have to say? Once you get onto the waste up ahead, all you'll find is plenty of ruins and even more stray eagles looking for a bite to eat. Since there's no gates blocked, then we have to keep people posted here to make sure that none of them get in and cause any trouble. Interesting. I need to talk about these Fagin ruins up ahead, and I think we should head there. But we're going to save that for the next episode. So if you guys did like this part, a like rating would be greatly appreciated. It helps the channel a lot. And if you want to see more content like this, please do consider subscribing. Once again, guys, my name is Connor. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.